speaker for the day, Toastmaster Robert Vaz. One knot at a time, one knot at a time, Toastmaster Robert Vaz.
Hold your thumb, index, and middle finger together. Place the thread right in between. Take two fresh flower buds and face them in opposite direction. Bring the thread around them. Make a loop. Bring it right to the center. Gently pull and tighten the knot. Voila! You just learned how to tie a jasmine garland. Looks easy, doesn't it? It's not. For those of you who have ever attempted this art, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Jasmine flowers are incredibly delicate. You have to instinctively know exactly how much pressure to apply. If you pull too hard, the stem snaps and the flower is ruined. If you hold it too loose, the whole thing falls apart. Life is entirely shaped by the skills we learn. This was the first time I was learning a real skill. I was just a 7-year-old boy. Like any typical 7-year-old, I didn't care about craftsmanship. I just wanted to play outside all day. But fate had other plans. When I was born, my mother planted a few jasmine plants. By the time I turned 7, those plants had flourished into a bustling, small scale family venture. Every day, our house had two major jobs: pick the flowers and tie them. Picking was easy, tying them, a different game altogether. One day, my dad decided it was time for me to learn. So he sat me down and showed me how it was done very slowly. It looked like magic. Then he handed me the thread, bunch of fresh flowers, and said, "Give it a go." So I grabbed the flowers, looped the thread, and tried. The flowers slipped through my clumsy fingers. I couldn't even hold them enough to attempt a knot. I looked up at my dad. He smiled calmly and said, "It's all right. Nobody gets it on their first attempt. Try again." So I tried again. This time, I managed to keep the flowers in place. I looped the thread, pulled it tighten, and snap. Snap. Same result third time. I picture the scene. There were 10 other workers sitting in the very same room, all screaming through their teeth at my misery. The humiliation felt intensely real. The frustration boiled over. Tears rolled down my face. And in a fit of rage, I threw the thread, scattered the flowers, and I ran out of the room. Moments later, my dad called me back. As I walked back into the room, I noticed he had a broom in his hand. My heart sank. Thought, this is it. I am going to get beaten in front of everyone. But the broom mentor doesn't punish frustration. They redirect you. My dad didn't raise the broom at me. Instead, he snapped thin sticks of the broom into small equal pieces and handed them to me, along with the thread, and said, "Practice with this instead." I stopped crying. I was stunned by the sheer ingenuity of it. It was pure genius. I took the thread, I placed two rigid wooden sticks between my fingers, and I wound the knot and tugged. Because they were wood, they didn't break, they didn't slip. And after 5 minutes of intense focus, I was able to tie my very first knot. Then I tied a second pair of sticks, then a third, fourth, and a fifth. For 3 days, I practiced diligently with nothing but broomsticks. Fourth day, my dad handed me real flowers again, and I broke the very first one. But this time, I didn't run away. I adjusted my pressure. Slowly, the muscle memory from the sticks translated to the delicate flowers. After 10 minutes, I had successfully tied 5 flowers in a row. I looked up at my flowers. The pride on the faces made me feel absolutely elated. Become the youngest in the household to learn how to tie flowers. However, my journey wasn't over. I had learned the process, but I hadn't mastered the technique. The first garland looked completely crooked with massive gaps in between the flowers. But my dad said, it will improve. So over the next few weeks, he became my constant guide. So he would sit beside me, quietly correcting my hand movements, teaching me the precise timing and showing me how to regulate the exact pressure of my grip. Once I closed the gaps, he pointed out the symmetry. He showed me how to align the buds perfectly so they look aesthetic. He even corrected my posture so my arms wouldn't tire out. With the steady mentorship, my progress skyrocketed. Within a couple of months, I went from taking 3 hours to tie single 4-foot chendu garland to doing it in just 1 hour. Soon, I could tie 2 chendus in an hour. Eventually, I hit a record of 3 chendus in a single hour. I had surpassed the speed of almost all the workers. Yes, I even surpassed my father. Looking back, it didn't happen because I had a natural gift. It happened because of the unwavering mentorship of my father. From day one, he watched over every shortcoming without judging me. He guided me at every wrong turn, provided a safe substitute when the real task was way too overwhelming, and he appreciated my effort at every single step. So we often think mentoring is about giving grand speeches, teaching complex theories. Sometimes being a great mentor is as simple as recognizing someone breaking under pressure, handing them a few broken sticks, helping them find the rhythm, one knot at a time. It's been 27 years to that day. But today, the precision, the timing I've learned is still with me. I tied this myself. You may see flowers, but I see the patience of a father who taught his son how to turn frustration into art. So, dear Toastmasters, find your sticks, perfect your knots, and never forget the mentors who helped you tie them together. I'm just going to give this to my wife and come real quick. Okay? Be right back. Toastmaster of the day.